Good morning. I'm back with another floss tube. This is season 4, episode 34. The summer has flown. It's almost September. Kids are starting back to school. And yes, I don't have, my kids are grown, but I've got grandkids. And they're all growing up way too fast. And I need my coffee. Okay, so grab whatever drink you want. And let's get down to business. Floss tube is where I talk about my cross stitching primarily. This week I have a finish in 2 FFOs. Yeah. And books, I finished 3 books this week. Yeah. So, this week I've got a total of 4,840 stitches. For the month of August, I've got 17,950. So this has been a slower month, but a lot has been going on. Let's start showing the whips. So for the Strident Sal, I did Stitch-A-Ween, 200 stitches. This is by Creatively Crafting. And I finished the words going around and started up here. I got 200 on it for the Strident Sal. Then I worked on, okay, that was it for in this one. Chill. Okay, for Halloween Fun Bundle, who did this fabric? I cannot remember. I got it in one of the boxes, but this is the Halloween Fun Bundle from Creatively Crafting from last year, and I'll put a picture up, but I worked primarily going across here. I just got 100 in because I was running out of time and I wanted to hit all of them. Then Monster Movie Night by Lola Crow. I worked in here and going across. I just got 100 in. Fabric, I cannot remember the name. I got it from, oh wait. Nightmarish by Stitch Me, 16 count. I don't have the name for the blood splatter. I mean the maker of the blood splatter. I cannot remember. And then there's 2 others I worked on. The Cone of Doom, and I worked through here, getting the cone in, and I got 200 on him done. This is Gorgeously Great by Stitch Me, 18 count, a blessing. Okay, so that's it from here. Yep. Then the last one, Tonight We Ride by Autumn Lane, Stitchery. And it goes like that. and I worked in here. And that's it. And I got just 100 on it. And that is, the fabric is, oh, come on, I lost the tag. Pumpkin patch. Ha ha! I knew I had it. And this goes in here. I knew I had that sitting there for a reason. So for Whip Frenzy, I ended up with 30 whips that I touched, with a total of 5,600 stitches in all, which was pretty good, I think. And with it, it got me through to touching all of my whips. Yes, all of them. So then I started working on a FFO. And this had been floating around for about 10 years. And while I was cleaning my room, which I'm still organizing little areas still, I kept finding it popping up here and there and everywhere. And every time I would put it in one bin that I have all of my finished whips, because I UFO'd it and it was only a little tiny piece, and I was like, I don't want to throw it away. I might decide to do it. And I would put it in that same bin, and then a week later, I would find it somewhere else. And it was like, okay, you're telling me to work on me. So I pulled it out. I did 1,360 stitches, and I finished it. And then I FFO'd it. And it's the Hummingbird and Wisteria. It's the Dimensions kit. Daydreamer, I think is what it's called. It came with the frame and the mat, everything. Only thing is, I had lost all the floss too. So I had to frog out everything but the Hummingbird because I had messed up. And that's why I UFO'd it. And I redid it. But I finished it. So this was my finish and one of my FFOs. I love it. I know exactly where it's going up. Okay. Let's put this right here. Right there, nice and safe. So, that's my finish. And my FFO, one of my FFOs. Then I started working, well, I worked on No Time Like a Present by Modern Folk Embroidery. This fabric I dyed myself. Yeah, it's 18 count. And I just did a tiny bit through here. And right down here. Yeah. I just got 100 stitches in. Wait, no, I worked through here and here. Because my hands right now are so bad that the silk kept snagging on my skin. So I couldn't work on it even though I wanted to. The weather is changing and I can tell. Yeah, my hands are bad right now. Sorry. I can put lotion on every hour of the hour and you cannot tell. But I just got, oh, baby, you leave that poor squirrel alone. But anyway, I got 100 stitches in. That's something. Then I worked on my haunted library because I was behind. I needed to do the part for June, and I needed to do the part for August. Well, I picked it up and I couldn't put it down. And I ended up working on it 3 days. 3 days. Okay. I thought it was 4, but it was 3. Come back up here and lay down. It's done on a no-name fabric by Stitch Me on 18 count. Ada. And I finished this section here. The stairs, the gravestone, and the Grim Reaper. And then which was June's. And then I started August. So, as long as I started it, I'm fine. And I'm good for now. I needed a change. So, stay put. I pulled out my Harry Potter banner, which I'm taking the footprints. Who did the footprints? I actually met her in Frogwarts. The footprints is by that's who. So that's how they go. My goal for the rest of the year is to finish the footprints. Sorry. And finish working on the top. So I just did 450 going across here. This is 18 count Ada that I dyed myself. This is the year 5 banner by the Black Needle Society. And I'm done with it for last week. I might pull it out again this week. I don't know. Baby, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. Lay down. You want to say hi to everybody again? She's upset because the squirrel was up there eating out of the bird feeder. Yeah, and she wasn't allowed to go out there and chase the squirrel. Yeah. After the video, I will let you out. Yes, I will let you out there. Okay. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Okay, so that's it for my stitching. Now, this is an old finish. This is my second FFO, but I had done it as a project keeper. Well, I didn't like how I made it, and I used it for about 2 years, but then when I switched to from the bobbins to the floss drops, I haven't been using it as much. So I decided I was going to redo it. And I saw this as I was unpacking this week, and because I'm still working through some of the boxes, and I decided to, I got it upside down. There you go. It's not perfect because this is not squared. This frame is not squared, and I had a double of the time. But I love how it turned out. So this is going to go up on my shelf because it can stand. See, it's old too. Yeah. It's all good. It looks great from a distance. So that was my FFO. My second FFO of the week. All right, so let's go ahead I stitched on the Harry Potter banner, which took care of the word always, and the Haunted Library took care of the chair. So that was last week's. This week's Stitch was an owl. I got several options for that. I don't know what I'm going to pick, but I'll pick something with an owl. And let me lay it here so I can write it down. So that's the card for this week. Something with an owl. I've got so many projects with owls. I could do the pre-printed one. I could do wonderful coverages that have owls. Moonlight Sampler has an owl. The Harry Potter has an owl. I don't know which one I want to do, but I'll figure it out. Okay, so journaling and books. I finished reading Call of the Wild. That was one of my classics that I wanted to read. It's by Jack London. Well, I'll listen to it. I also listened to A Court of Mist and Fury. My friend Rebecca told me about that series, and I'm loving it. Only thing is, I can't get the next one until September 3rd. And I'm like, ugh, I want to read it now. And then I used to be in Magical Stitches, but I wasn't participating, so I just dropped out. And they were reading a series by Holly Black and the Modern Fairy Tales. And I finally sat down. Okay, if I'm assigned a book to read, I won't read it. I'll start it, but I won't finish it. I don't know what it is. But if I'm not, I can read it and I can enjoy it. Well, I picked up Valiant again, which was February's book. And I finished it and I loved it. So I'm going to go to the next one, which I think is Ironside, which is also not available until September 3rd. Yeah. So I started listening. What I'm listening to now is, come on, pull up, Darkbound by Kim Richardson. It's the Shadow and Light series, and it's, oh wait, I finished a fourth one because I finished it last night and forgot to add it to my good notes. Dark Hunt, I finished last night, and it's the first one in the Shadow and Light series by Kim Richardson. And I started Darkbound right before I went to bed. The book I'm going to read, I don't know which one I want to read. I reloaded my Kindle thinking, okay, what one am I going to read? Yeah, I didn't realize I had so many books on here. So, I had over 2,000 books. A lot of them cooking, gardening, DIY books and all that. Well, I'm going through and I'm deleting those because I've read, especially if I've read them. And I think there was one cookbook I was keeping because I can find anything on the internet now now, so I want to keep it. And it was pretty even that of what I've read and what I haven't. So I've got to finish going through and deleting those. But right now I'm at 1,897 books on my Kindle. Out of those, I have 951 that I have not read. Bad girl, Dawn. So, I think I'm going to go with my oldest that's on there and read it. Start reading them and getting them read at least. So that will be tonight. I'm going to finish working on that. And today I'm going to finish listening to Darkbound, I think. Darkbound is only it's 8 hours long. But there's 7 in that series. So I want to read them all. Of course. Of course. But, oh well. Okay, so that's all. Oh, and the physical copy I'm reading is one that I'm actually rereading. And it is The Fairy by John T. Cruz. Fairy, a guide to the lore, magic, and world of the good folk. I'm loving it. I'm just reading 30 minutes a day in it in the mornings. And I'm loving it. So this is one I've already read it once, used it for a class that I used to teach online. And now I'm rereading it again because I can just slowly read it and enjoy it. So this one I pulled off my shelf. Let's see what else. I think that's it. YouTube. Oh, that's it. My friend Beth, the Steadfast Stitcher, told me to check out this YouTuber. Kindred Stitcher. And so I started watching her. She is also on Instagram, and she has done out a list of Flosstubers. And so each week I'm going to go down her list and she's pouting majorly. I'm going to go down the list. I'm going to watch the first 5 on the list, and I'm just going to work my way down. These are not in any order, she says. She's just listing them as she discovers them. So this week, Sable Stitchers, new one for me. Sun City Stitchers, new for me. Floss Boss and Cousins. I used to be subscribed to them, but I haven't seen nothing from them for a while. So YouTube does unsubscribe you sometimes. PNW Stitcher, Davis Quilting and Stitching. So those are the 5. I'm going to link them below for you. I figured 5 a week is 5 new people I'm watching. And I'm caught up on my floss tubes. Well, 4 days out. Okay, that's caught up for me because I watch a lot of floss tubes. And a lot of them on this list I have not seen, but then a lot of them I subscribe to already. So let's just share the love. I have started back doing my fairy love, which is just showing you that I have watched it and I love it, and just sending a little positivity. Let's see. I think that's it. A little rant. been debating this. I won't say who, but somebody on Flosstube this past week put up a rant because somebody was taking their pattern, their physical pattern that they had bought. Let's just say A. A designed it. And they were mad because somebody had bought their pattern, their original hard copy pattern, and they sold it. And then somebody else gifted theirs away. And according to A, that's illegal. I'm sorry, they're wrong. What is illegal is making copies of it and selling it. That is illegal. But just like this book, this is an original piece of art. So's this shirt. So's this blanket. This chair even was designed by somebody. This is my copy. If I read it and I want to gift it to somebody, or I want to sell it to somebody, it is perfectly legal for me to. If I was to go and copy everything in it, make a hard copy, a digital copy, whatever, and give it away to somebody, that is illegal. There's a difference. Original hard copies you can sell, you can gift. Yeah, you can donate. If it was not legal to sell hard copies of patterns, of books, of artworks, of clothes, then there would be millions of businesses closed. There's Goodwill. You can buy books. You can buy patterns. You can buy clothes. You can buy all kinds of things. Go to any yard sale and you can buy stuff. People have yard sales all the time. Yeah, libraries would be out of business. They even have books with patterns in them. And you can borrow them. It's not illegal as long as you're not making copies of it. My little rant. I'm sorry. I normally don't do rants, but it just really irked me. And thing is, they're blocking people that sell their patterns once they've bought them and they're selling them or gifting them away. And that's wrong. And I know of two things. There's that I want, but after that, I think they've lost my business because of how they're treating people and all. You can't take, if you buy a painting, original paint, a Rembrandt, you can't copy it and sell it, but you can sell that painting again. And that's just how it is. And I know, I understand their side. They're saying that it's taking money out of their pocket, but the person already paid for it. Yes, they've stitched it. Just like a book. You read it most of the time. You get rid of it. You gift it. You donate it. You sell it. And you're allowed to because it's the original. It's the hard copy. It's not a copy of it. It's the original work. So, that's it. I'm going to go stitch. Well, I gotta get my steps in first. Then I'm going to go stitch. And today I'm going to work on stained glass as by Fairy Tales, charted by Stitch is So Beautiful. She's still doing the month-long challenge, and I need to get like 1,000 stitches on it. And I gotta let her out because she is just pouting away. And I need more coffee. But I hope everyone has a blessed day. And I will see you next week.